Welcome to ZBrush Live. Sorry, wanted to be able to kind of showcase this little mask that I made before I started. It's probably sounding really muffled and really funny, but you know, hey. My webcam is all messed up too. Look at that. How about that? Let's see. Second monitor starting soon. Interesting. I'm curious why my webcam's all weird like that. It's looking for my other webcam and it's not finding it. I'm gonna actually take this off now. Yeah, just for fun. It was something that I had made and wanted to be able to showcase. Thanks, Yako. Yeah, it was a fun project. I want to see if I can fix my webcam real quick because that's really odd that it's not. I mean, I don't even have that other webcam plugged in right now, so I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to go through like this whole process of trying to get this. I don't know, let's do it. It's like it doesn't want to. Because like this is supposed to have. This is so frustrating. Okay, let's see if we can do this instead. I'll play with this. Let's close this. I'm just gonna click. It won't let me drag. No way. Unlock. Drag. There we go. It's like that feels like such a noob mistake. It is. Okay, let's put it over in here. And then I should be able to add the filter into it. In fact, just to see, yeah, we got the filter here. I'm going to say copy filter. Paste filters. There we go. It's in the wrong spot, but we can adjust that. That's better. How about that? Yes. Now we're in business. Face reveal. My face is revealed. I might put it on again later just to be able to like show it off again or whatever, but it's fun, you know. It's a fun little project and have that turn out the way that that I was expecting. It was great. Let me see. Okay, so that's good. I can just lock that now. And bada bing bada boom bada bing bada boom bada bing. Cool. Just be able to check and see. Yeah, webcam's kind of weird now. Oh well, whatever. Whatever. We'll live with it. We'll deal. We'll be happy. The kids are playing Fortnite in the background, so if you're into that. All right. So I started a project last night as part of a demo for class that I teach at Gnomon. Uh, she's still in the very early stages, and there are a lot of like shape things to work out. Like her chin is way too rounded. Her, everything is just like not quite right. Um, but she started. She started. So the idea is to go through, give her more pieces of her hair, Let's start off with something like that real quick, just because otherwise it's just a little bit too not great. I'm just gonna come over here. Let's grab my hairbrush, and I'll use just like one simple strand here. I do want to change my stroke. Oh, and I want to turn off spotlight projection. I do want to come over to my stroke. Anyways, it's a good morning. It is a good morning. So, just to kind of introduce myself to anybody who maybe that was off. What happened there? To anybody who has not sat in on my streams before, I'm Steven Anderson. I am a character supervisor on Overwatch, and yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of fun. Oh, I'm on the earrings. That's why. Okay, let's say subtools, split, unmasked. Put this right below the hair. In fact, we can take the earrings and kind of pull them back up and in there too. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's start working on trying to make something work. So I want to make sure that let's save the spotlight because this will be important. Yeah. I'm going to probably be leaning out of frame quite a bit, so maybe I'll turn this a little. That way I'm leaning into frame rather than leaning out of frame. I don't know, yeah, it feels like that works. It's been a little bit since I've done any streaming, a couple months actually, so it's kind of crazy. I don't typically go that long with on breaks, but I'm excited to be back. It should be fun. Like I said, I started this as a part of a demo for class at Gnomon last night, and let's make sure we're getting the right material on there, right color, fill object. And I need to make sure that I've got a timeline. Let's show, I can load what I have just to see if it works. It's not going to work. Okay, so at least we get the angle right. Let's go ahead and change the opacity down. Okay, have a lot of change to make with the shape of that jaw right here at the back. But we'll get there. Okay, we'll do that. And then let's go ahead and let's save our views. Yeah. All right. Replace that. Cool. Okay, so this little hair that we just added in here, and take that and kind of push it forward. Let's see if we can start to make some magic happen. Okay, now this looks like this is too tall. So this is going to need to have extra topology in it just to make it so that it works the way we need it. So I'm just going to add in a couple little spans as I need them. Let's go ahead and kind of pull this in. And heck, we could even go through and mask that out. Make some masking magic happen. Masking is magic. If anybody ever asks me what my favorite feature inside of ZBrush is, it's masking. So this concept, for anybody who is not aware, is by an artist named Martin Andres Brenassi. The idea is to go through and make this as close to the concept as possible. This is from a Draw This in Your Style challenge.
It's probably not explained.
Which is really fun, but I'm trying to make it so that it's as much like the concept as I can. Because that's, you know, just kind of part of what I try to teach at Gnomon in my class. This little bit's going to be a little tricky because of the way that this the form of the brow ridge here is going through. I'm trying to decide exactly how I'll go about, you know, making that work in full, but for now it should be all right. Let's kind of push and pull on this jaw, see if we can get this to line up the way that we want. Oh, a little bit too low, it looks like. But yeah, how about you guys? What do you guys like to do? What are some of your favorites? Styles. Do you have a favorite artist? Okay, so we got that going on. We got that going on. I'm trying to decide, cause like yeah, I definitely need to get that sharper. What focal length do you like to overlay your work at when interpreting a 2D concept? That'll range. It's a great question. That'll definitely range. Right now I'm at the default, so you know, if we just alt click on that, it'll open up. Right now I'm at the default 50. But depending on what I'm working on, or the size, or whatever's going on, I'll go ahead and I'll change it to like an 85, or I'll even turn it off sometimes. Because of the scale of my characters. When I was working at Marvel, what I would do to be able to match it up with my concept is I would take the focal length and I'd take it to 120, and that was just the best focal length for me to work at with with those characters. But yeah, that's kind of where that's at. It's a challenge sometimes to figure out exactly what you need, but I think that that's cool, you know, it's cool. You got options. Yeah, let me see. See if we can chew this up some. I'm trying to really control the flow, the shape right here. It is a little bit rounded, so let's kind of take some of that roundness out. I don't know. It's because it's pretty doggone sharp in that concept. So yeah, it might be worth just grabbing this and really trying to push. Like this is the real best part of this stage of of the creation process. Is like trying to decide like how you're going to problem solve certain aspects of the design. I definitely have it too sharp, or not sharp enough, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. This is a little bit wavy too. You can see it kind of like goes up and then goes down, so I gotta kind of tweak that some. I want this to be much more of like a straighter line.
Okay, landmark.
see like this one kind of comes out some, so we're just gonna tweak this, refine that line here, because we're definitely getting very straight shapes on there. So I'm always trying to ask questions about like what's going on there with the concept and how to better implement. Let's take my smoothing power way down.
There.
Oops.
Now if I'm really lost, I can actually use that to help me find my way back. If this whole thing is my camp, and it's very safe. Yeah, it's very safe for sculptors because sculptors cannot the climb.
I really want to get like more of this hair blocked in, but yeah, here's something that I do want to have. I want to have it so that there's a little bit of an I'll say an overlap, like a twist to the hair. So I'm going to take these bottom rows and kind of make it so they go under, make it so that these top rows kind of come out and over.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This will help to just kind of create an interesting flow to these pieces. Anytime you can make hair feel like it's got an interesting flow, it'll feel more relatable. Even if it doesn't feel realistic, it'll feel more relatable, more believable. Okay, just gonna pull this over a little bit. We'll pull this under a little bit. Just like with the other piece over here, we want to kind of create that little bit of like sense of a twist. Thank you, software tools. I'm having fun with it. It's definitely very early on in the blocking, the blocking stage. But it's so much fun. I love doing this sort of thing. Okay, let's grab that now.
You know what I'm gonna make?
Kind of angle it down some. We're gonna have to experiment with trying to get this shape to feel right, but let's go ahead and let's grab our transpose line. Pull that up a bit. It's already starting to go somewhere. How about that? Push that down and in a little bit. Push it up. Okay, not terrible. I'm not entirely sure what we'll do for the other side. I do know that I'm seeing like this shape come up here. And I'm trying to decide like little shapes, little things that I can, ways that I can break up this big shape in, in a fairly natural sort of way. I don't want it to be a lot of little pieces, but I definitely don't want it to be one big piece. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. Let's get these colors to be more right. Color fill object. the skin's like a really odd color. Just to be able to kind of show you, I do have it as like as much of a mid-tone as I can. I feel like um, I feel like her skin reads as if it's got kind of a blotchy color combination to it. Like I can't remember what that skin condition is, where it's like you get the the dark and the light skin um, kind of patterns all over your body. It kind of feels like she's got some of that to her. So maybe that's something that we go through and do. It kind of reads that way. I think it could be a neat something to explore. I want to kind of, but yeah, right now I kind of have like a bit of a mid-range. Do I have this at? Do I still have it at 50? Nope, I don't have it at 50. Let's put it back at 50. I gotta make sure that I'm going through and saving this with the right name so that I know what I'm working on. Okay, looks like I can go through and adjust the eyes some. I'm just going to kind of pull down the eyelashes. I'm mostly trying to match the side that's closest to me. If something doesn't work out right when I pull it over here, I'll go through and I'll adjust it here on the side, and then I'll take it back and kind of look at it. But I want to make sure that as much as possible, I'm adjusting things based on what I'm seeing on the side that's closest to me. It feels a little bit better shape-wise. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's see. We'll grab this. We'll kind of pull it out some. We also need to make sure that the yeah, let's do this. We need to make sure that this is brought down further. Let's get back to our gizmo. Bring it down so that it matches better with what's going on here. Kind of pull out the eyelid a bit here. I'm trying to be somewhat careful in the way that I work with these bits here because I don't want to mess up my thicknesses, my eyelid, that sort of thing. I'm trying to be careful to keep like a pretty nice profile with these different aspects of the curvature of the eye, but you can see like how it got kind of messed up right here. So that's just going to take me going in here like this, pulling this down. We're gonna have to kind of pull this up. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of like work and rework, but you know, c'est la vie. For anybody who is unfamiliar with me, if you'd like to get to, hey, how you doing, V-Chad? If you'd like to find my links, you can find info down in the video description, and you can find my links at this link, at my link in bio. Find everything from like my personal streaming channel, which I haven't touched for long enough to be embarrassed about. And then I've also got things like my Instagram, and I've got a whole bunch of other things on there. So if you're interested in checking that out, there you go. Let's see, pull that down, something like that. Let's grab this little guy here, pull that down, pull that down, pull that down. Now I've got kind of a thing going on here. Because okay, so one of the things that I did, this eye, when I started on this last night, the eye was at more of a slant, but the eye was, essentially I had to take what edges were going into the corners of the eye, and I had to shift it like one. So I mean that took a bit of reworking, but it's still doable, right? You just go through and you make those shifts. Now, I mean, that works with this being a one-off project that's just for fun. If that were for production, I could have gotten something very severely messed up. From the standpoint that there are other people in parts of the pipeline that have to worry about how their part of the process is going to fit. Hey Luigi, how you doing, dude? Different things like blend shapes need to be able to work, and rigging tools need to be able to work, and things like that. And so like if you're working on a base mesh for a project and working with a whole bunch of other people, you got to make sure that certain topological landmarks are hitting exactly where they're supposed to be, and that can be kind of a mess if you don't keep yourself structured. So that, I'm totally cool. I'm totally fine because it's just a personal project. It's not going to be used by anybody else. But I'm still trying to go through as best as I can and keep things clean. This is like a really weird flow. So I've got some work to do, but. Así es la vida. Gotta make some changes and keep things clean.
I remember corn being there.
I think I'm not sure that I like having the forehead be so large. But I do kind of want to make sure that I am creating something, I don't know, some sort of platform for these eyebrows.
Maybe Meow Scout.
It's kind of funny because like right now I've got the eyebrows kind of leaning off of the face, which I kind of like. But the concept definitely has them a different way. This feels like this is dipping a little bit too much.
No.
I'm going to kind of pull this in just a little bit. And let's make these eyelashes match up a bit better. I'm not going to worry about making them super uber perfect yet because we're still at such an early stage.
Yeah,
The other thing that I feel like I want to do is create some sort of mesh to be able to block in where those where those irises are. I feel like that'll help me to better see what it is that I'm doing. I mean, I used my typical eyes, just whatever was associated with this base mesh that I had started on. So you can see I just got like polygroups and edge loops to be able to define specific specific parts of the iris, the pupil, etc. Right? I want to make sure that that eyelid down at the bottom is quite thin. We'll have to work on like the actual thickness of it later, but I'll just make sure that it has the right apparent thickness. Okay, so with the eyes, let's do this. I'm going to say use the topology brush. Now, something that I like, let me actually turn this to fully opaque so we can see it really well. I like that these eyes are very irregular in shape. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's go something like this. Let's go something like this. We'll go something like this. Something like this. In fact, maybe we'll go something like this, this, this. Okay, and then I'm going to say, let's pull this in, pull this in.
That's the green time.
There we go. I'm just going to commit this. Take it down to 1. Commit it. We'll say split unmasked. So this way we get these pieces here. They don't need to have anything really done to them, anything fancy. I do want to take off the creasing. Uncrease all. And then let's make sure that these are placed nicely. In order for these to work, they're going to have a lot more topology, but
Yes, I want to. Yes. But first I gotta put away
we should hopefully be able to make something work for the meanwhile. Let's see, let's do this. Let's see if I can get, I mean, of course I can. Let's grab this color in here.
Oh, alright, okay. Now I need to put away all valuables. I'm gonna get a lot.
Bridge there to there. We'll say close, close. Alright. And then let's just go ahead and we'll start adding in some edge loops and tweaking the shape to make sure that we're getting a better controlled shape here.
Whose game is this? It's okay. Right now I'm just gonna grab my hamburgers and zoom out. Get out, yeah.
Maybe have like a gentle curve in some of these spots here. And then what I do is I'm going to turn everything off and have just these two on. And let's go ahead and project just the geometry, project all. Awesome. Oops, don't want that on. Turn that off, turn that off. It's coming along. It's got some interest to it. Oh shoot. Alright. It feels like the eyes are too far apart. And it feels like I mean, looking at them just side by side like this, it feels like they're too far apart. And so I've got to try to figure out, like if I were to go through and play with the opacity, yeah, it's just like a smidge off. I mean, it's lining up on this close side. You can see like this eye right here is lining up pretty decently well. The ear, everything's lining up pretty all right. But the eye over here is just a little bit off, and so that's enough to kind of throw it off some. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab what we got. Love is what I got. Gonna soften things out. Let's make sure that my center line is nicely masked, because I do not want that moving at all. Let's turn on the pizza boxes. And we'll just make sure that we've got the right things selected. And I'm just going to start by moving things in just a hair.
Just a bit.
Those eyelashes are definitely like way too thick. Went ahead and rotated them just a smidge as well. I mean, we'll have to check and see kind of like what the state of these eyes are.
Really shouldn't
Oh, not bad. They're not messed up yet. Awesome.
Where are they coming from?
But that already feels a little bit better. Now, I am keeping her in a much more neutral sort of position, and I'm trying to decide exactly what I want to do to make the mouth read like her mouth. I'm trying to decide if this is all pose or if this is, like how much of that's actually her. So what I'm going to treat it as if, I gotta unmask, as if that's a lot of her. So I'm just going to try to find that lip shape.
Maybe, but I'm not gonna check it now. Maybe when I get back.
And I do want to get a little bit more square on the bottom as well.
Otherwise, never. Ice spider. Then test how you move slowly.
Although I kind of want to offset it in some way. So let's maybe like bring that a little bit more narrow. Yeah, lots of questions. It's always going back and forth and trying to ask those questions of like what's working and what isn't working, right? So yeah, let's see. cool. Hit save just to not lose it, because, you know, we know how it goes. Okay, just kind of pull that down, maybe pull that. This particular piece that I'm using to block in this chunk of the hair, it's obviously not very, not very, not very high resolution, right? Very, very low resolution, and that's okay. Let's see, let's grab something like this. Whoa, let's not do it that color, please. Let's do something maybe like that. And then we'll do something similar like what we did earlier. We'll just kind of work this in so that this feels like it's fitting the flow, what we need out of it. A lot of what's going on, we definitely want to make sure that we are checking over and making things work the way that we want. Let's grab, let's polygroup these and say auto group. Okay, so this group over here, we can probably make this so that this comes down and breaks profile much less. Kind of invert this this bit that's going proud of the surface, breaking silhouette, and then we can, I don't know, let's say, something like this for now. We'll tweak it later. We want this to be something like this. We want this to kind of come down. We're getting somewhere. Slowly but surely. Little blue engine that could. Play with the way that this flows here for a second. Nice. We'll see kind of later how this fits together, but we created the concept. The concept was done by a guy named Martin Andres. Let me see if I can actually like find his links. Anybody who wants to be able to find my links, we've got it right here. Let me see. we got, yeah, let's just click into Instagram because, you know, why not? This is where I found him through a Draw This in Your Style challenge. I'm going to try to make sure that I'm getting the way that he spells his new username correct.
Oh, which one is it?
I'm pretty sure this is it. Right there. Martin Andres. Okay, so this is who created that concept. I really like that one concept. It's got some cool other stuff too. Like these Power Ranger things are pretty fun. This is really cool. It's Troll Hunter right here. Lots of really interesting, fun stuff going on, right? This character right here is pretty neat. Some fun ways that he pushes proportions, and at least I guess you can see anyway. But yeah, fun stuff. The concept is down here somewhere, but there it is. Boom. But yeah, so pretty cool. I really enjoy this. I think it's really fun. Gracias. No hay de queso. But yeah, so that's that. Um, I'll be starting off. I'll be refining the head today, trying to get this to look the way that I want. Hopefully, be able to add in like the rest of the hair of the head, and possibly add in a block in for the big ponytail back there. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see kind of how that works out. Um, for teeth, so far as teeth go, I mean, I do have like some block-in teeth, so I might go through and use the teeth that I already have and kind of reshape them because the teeth in the concept are super sharp and jagged. Um, like a nice, even, beautiful jagged, right? But it's I guess jagged is not really the right word then, if that's if that's the case. This nice uniform, sharp rows of teeth. They're cool. They're super cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna come in here. Let's actually grab some of this just to play around.
I'll check out later, okay?
No, I don't want to play around that much.
I know.
We'll add a little bit,
Now.
maybe a little bit of rosiness to the nose, around the eye, the lips, the ears maybe. I don't know. Other than that, I'll just leave it kind of how it is for now, color wise. Let me see. Kind of okay. So I've got this idea here. Let's use insert mesh primitives. I'm going to grab my polysphere because this is what I usually like to use for making like ponytail bases and things like that. It's kind of fun. I want to say flatten. Let's get it so that it's got symmetry on this direction, and then we can just kind of flatten it down. Accept. And boom. Just kind of pull that out some. Now, I don't want it placed exactly there, but that's just where it's at right now. So let's go ahead and bring it down. Let's maybe make it a little bit thinner. It's kind of tricky, like working with something that has only one view. So you got to make stuff up, right? And I don't know, maybe there's a world where, let's go ahead and we'll say subtool, we'll say split, unmasked. Maybe there's a world where it's like all this hair here. Maybe it's kind of, oh, I don't want that. Kind of, I'll say like kind of curls in on itself. So it's like we got the hair kind of coming and wrapping in or something. So maybe it'll create kind of an interesting shape, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see more. Okay, let's go ahead and turn symmetry back on because that got messed up.
Yeah, she's probably out.
Hey, Leonard.
Hello.
Doing pretty well. Oh, just to be able to show you, because you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to do something. Hold on, I'll be back.
She doesn't have any.
What do you think? Oh, I can't find the sash. I know that it's right there, and I just can't get it. There we go. See, I'll switch over to like a webcam view, just so it's bigger. I need to go through and fix my webcam stuff, but yeah, this is my latest 3D print project. Sound is definitely coming out muffled, I'm sure, but yeah, a lot of fun. I did some gold leafing, and I did some painting and some weathering. I still want to go through and kind of do some things around like the corners, the eyes here on the cheeks. But yeah, it's not too shabby.
What's it doing again?
It's really fun, and then I've got some foam on the inside to kind of line it. The sash is kind of temporary. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of a stretchy material. I don't know. I got some work to do, but whatever. It is what it is, right? Just gotta have some fun with what we got.
Where is it? Oh, let's go. Come on. They fell down here, or they walked.
It's just for fun, really. Like so that mask is one that I sculpted back in, I think, 2020. It was toward the beginning of the pandemic. Um, it was designed based off of another draw this in your style. I was super into DTIYS at the beginning of the pandemic. Let me go ahead and pull up the concept and I'll show you. Right there. So where's the concept? I'm not seeing the concept.
Oh, what do you mean?
Did I? I didn't. I don't have the concept in my folder. I'll show you this instead, I guess, because this works. This is the character that I made, and wow, that's really small. So there's that. I mean, the original one had like 4 arms.
Oh, actually.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't particularly care for how it ended up. There's some cool things about it, but definitely needs a lot of work in order for it to be like super finished. But I mean, this has a lot of the main ideas of, the sash. It's got the golden eyes, and I have gold for the eyebrows and tusks and teeth and everything as well. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. Um, going to have to work out a lot. Yeah. Yup. Yup, indeed. I am very not in shape for that. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll be all right.
Boom.
um, I'm just gonna put this purple in here just to kind of keep the idea of what it is that we're looking at here.
make some. How many did I need?
You see, it's definitely creating almost like a raccoon eyes effect because of the way that the
7, 15, 8.
Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll do this. We'll invert. And we'll just kind of paint it back so that it's a little less egregious here.
Oh wait, I have like 30 slabs of this. I mean,
Let's
30.
kind of go around the borders a little bit to fade it some so that it feels like it's more stuck to that spot. But yeah. So yeah, just a little bit of extra fun. I have been doing a lot of other 3D printing as well. But yeah, it's fun.
How many did I need?
Yeah, I actually have gold leaf on there. It's I'll probably add in like some more gold leaf to kind of create a layered effect. But yeah, the tusks, the eyes, and the central orb bit up top, that's all gold leafed. Um, but yeah, I think I might add in maybe another couple of layers of it. I've got a couple different colors too. I got like a lighter gold. I got like a silver, and then I got like a copper sort of color. Um, so it's just fun. It's it's a good time.
If I had some.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Pregunta, ¿cuál es tu workflow? ¿O lo haces con Maxmarling o haces Dynamesh luego un ZBrush para crear tus personajes? Um, y la otra es cómo le haces para que te quede semejante al concepto. ¿Cómo haces que encaje súper bien tu modelo con el concept? Bueno, sobre todo lo que hago eh, es, pues, lo que más me gusta hacer es hacer como esto. Um,
So I need
es,
what again?
es como
That's what I want.
es poner el modelo detrás del concepto. Hago unos marques con el timeline para poder cambiar entre ellos y asegurarme de que pues que sí cabe bien y todo eso. Am, y pues siempre sigo sacando el modelo y mirándolo, como girando por todos lados para asegurarme de que sí está como que cabe bien y todo.
I think I have to find some.
Am,
Yeah, the crate.
me
Let's go find some.
pues eso es lo principal. Am,
Places for remission.
me gusta asegurarme de que cabe bien con el concepto. Ah, porque si no, pues eso sí es el truco que invité para realmente hacerlo bien o lo más bien que pueda. Am, y pues no es lo único que hago porque pues no va a ser perfecto si me mantengo solamente en ese punto de vista. Siempre tengo que mirarlo de otros ángulos para asegurarme de que parezca bien, que tenga que apela y todo eso, ¿verdad?
I've already done this.
Am,
I've been here before. I just didn't know
y pues eso es lo principal.
if these rooms had
Am,
stuff.
eso sí es lo principal. En verdad, al momento como parece demasiado simpática. No parece igual de como agresiva como ella. Y pues todo eso tiene que ver con el, la expresión de la cara, del rostro, pero también quiero asegurarme de que estoy poniendo las formas y todo eso que va a apoyar bien a quién es como personaje.
Oh, right. I used it on
Anyway, so the question was like, how do I go about making sure that things line up? Oh, la otra cosa es que en el momento estoy trabajando con una malla que tengo de antes, así que eso me ayuda. Yo no quiero. De vez en cuando sí trabajo de Dynamesh y hago topología cuando esté listo, pero ya, este topología es topología que tengo desde antes. Um, so I printed my mask on the Bamboo Lab printer. So this guy right here. It's a nice printer. It's pretty nice. It's cool because I can have like several different filaments loaded in the top. Um, and I tried doing print with like a multicolor, which is cool. But to me, it's kind of something of a gimmick. It's not the best. It's pretty cool, and I got some really good results with this one piece. But I have like a whole box of failed prints that did not turn out great. um, the machine kept getting clogged. The prints would get I don't know, like it was weird. I didn't super like that very much. There are some people that work it out really nicely. Um, yeah, new printer. I was like, I need some FDM in my life. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty cool, but definitely not like I don't feel like it is the most amazing feature on a printer ever, because I feel like it's kind of gimmicky. The cool thing though is that I can go through and I can have several rolls of the same kind of filament, and I can just have it so that if it runs out of filament while it's printing, it can just roll on to the next set of.
Oh, more milk? Don't mind if I do.
Um, it rolls onto the next roll of filament, so it's like essentially like endless printing, which is kind of cool. Ah, man, you're gonna have to introduce me to Tess then, because if she's good with printing the multiple colors, I'm gonna need to get the lowdown on what I'm doing wrong. All right. Let me see. A good color for the hairband. I mean, I like how like there's like little accents of purple throughout. So maybe we go through and make it some sort of purple. So let's go ahead and say let's grab this. It's kind of dark, but we'll keep that for now. I like that. Woo, not there. Ah, okay. Okay. I'll have to go through and reach out to her then. There we go. That's a little bit cooler. Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to trying to decide how I want to go about doing this hair. Well, yeah.
My hair's kind of messy.
Yeah, a little bit. Es mejor esculpir con perspectiva o sin ella. También cómo funciona el timeline para poner tu modelo. Bueno, perspectiva como realmente depende porque en el momento lo tengo puesto y la tengo puesto aquí con el focal length de 50. I've been missing for so long. It's good to have my Saturday morning cartoons back. It's great. Pero es típico también que lo quito para poderla ver de una forma así. Como me gusta poner el modelo en situaciones, pues, mirarlo de formas en que me puede ayudar a entender si estoy bien o si tengo que cambiar algo, ¿verdad? Así que lo cambio regularmente. Y pues eso me sirve mucho. Um, eh, Todos van a tener su propia forma de tratarse con cualquier cosa. Um, pero pues esto sí me sirve de trabajar con el modelo dentro y fuera de perspectiva. Um,
I don't even know what
en el momento estoy trabajando sin perspectiva, ¿verdad? Pero también como me ayuda, lo que más me ayuda a sentir el trabajar dentro de la perspectiva me ayuda a sentir que, um, que estoy mirando algo más real, porque tiene,
Now I can make bread too.
en verdad no sé cómo explicarlo. Es que las formas sienten más redondas. Yo siento más que estoy mirando algo que tenga profundidad, que tenga, como yo puedo sentir chuta, puedo sentir mejor al, a las relaciones que tienen los puntos del diseño, como el ojo a la oreja o que sea. Am, pues todo eso me ayuda a sentir mejor a lo que está pasando con el diseño.
I did everything I wanted to do today. And that's happy to me. Which is great.
So yeah.
Nothing. Oh.
Okay, that's working out. I don't particularly care for how this is working out yet, but I mean, it's fine.
I'm not sure where she went.
You know what? Let me see. Let's go ahead and put this up so that this matches with that, and we can pull this down. Maybe this can kind of come down here like this. I kind of want to try to keep things so that they line up as much as possible. Um, y el asunto del timeline. Okay. Um, es sencillo realmente, como el lugar donde pone el modelo en el documento, en el espacio del documento, como se puede tocar aquí, donde quiera se puede mover, o se puede remover. Si lo arrastro de lado a lado, como lo puedo ajustar donde queda en el timeline. Y se puede usar las flechas del keyboard, de las teclas, para cambiar de un punto a otro punto. Y si lo quiero quitar, lo agarro y lo arrastro al espacio del documento. Así que práctico, es sencillo de usar. Am, lo único es
Wait, what? Ice cream in it? I'm kind of interested to see.
Sorry, I just coughed in everybody's ear. I thought that my little button still worked, but I guess it doesn't work for some reason now. Yeah, I just want to get everything lining up nicely. Right now, this feels like this is like too tall here.
Can I go to the other village?
Let's kind of pull that up, pull that up.
That one goes to the desert. That one goes to the northern hills.
This is kind of cool. So you see like the shape that this is making is like a check mark. That's kind of neat. 10 out of 10 cough had residence in death. You see, I'm definitely not keeping forms exactly the way that I have them, so we'll definitely kind of work our way back and forth across what we have. Let's see. Let's see. But I definitely want to kind of work out what it is that we've got going on here. I'm going to say let's crease edge loop partial here, here, and here. We'll do there, there, and there as well. Okay, so two things that I want to add before I call it a day. Just kind of like start blocking in for the main big ponytail bit of the hair, and it might not be something that we go through and really super refine and work out, but we'll kind of play with it. Not entirely sure what I want to do with that yet, but let's go ahead and we'll say MRGB color fill object. Okay, shape-wise, this is definitely not the right shape. So, el interior de la boca, pues en el momento, no, no es mucho. A ver.
I mostly like the girls living in our village, like the one in Camp A. Now definitely has a lot of girls. Only one boy, which is a cat, which is acceptable. I scored.
Pero así se ve. Igual con lo de dentro de los ojos, hay como un bolsillo dentro de todo eso. Voy a tratar de quitar algo de esta forma aquí para que sea todo más cream line.
Oh yeah, ice cream. I wonder if that'll give me. Try ice.
Yeah, let's see, let's do this. I don't really want to have all that affected.
Think about it, it needs to break down.
I do want to have a little bit of like a hard bridge near the top. Be able to define that shape, but I want it to get a little bit softer as it goes down. So we're gonna have it go like that. So it's like hard, soft, and then we get like the hard shapes in the nose. I feel like some of those things will really help the character to read nicely, you know, from different distances. Yeah, look at that. Getting some nice light change there. All right, let's go ahead and let's play with getting this this bit of the hair worked out. Turn on perspective.
Is it?
No idea how well this is lining up with the hair tie, but we're going to kind of make it line up with the concept, and then we'll worry about making it line up with the hair tie. Now this is all just blocking it in, right? This is something that's just allowing me to see more or less what's happening with the shape. You know, I think I might add in that collar too. The collar I think would be helpful to be able to understand exactly what it is that is, um, you know, I guess how everything relates to each other. But yeah, you see.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Frostbringer. What did you do for this topology? Did you box model? It is box model, but it's something that I established from before. So this I better hit save. Quentin's not here to remind me to hit save. So the topology is one that I had established before. It's one that I actually have it for sale too. Like if anybody wanted to be able to find it. A ver, where's my internet? There we go. So if you come into, I guess I'll drop my link again. It's been a little bit. Anybody who wants to be able to find it, you can find it on Flip Normal Store. I might have it on the ArtStation store too, but Flip Normal Store is my favorite place to be able to go to. Oh hey, look, there's a sale going on, an Easter sale for last week, which means it's probably ending pretty soon. Oh, I gotta update this because I'm not at Marvel Animation Studios anymore. Cool. So yeah, it's on sale for $7.50 right now. But yeah, it's the same topology. I've gone through and I've refined it, obviously, and it's very different in the way that it's shaped now. And I do still have. Yeah, see, there's the original mesh. So yeah, you can see it's very different. This is an earlier version of her when I was first starting to move the eyes around, and it's so bad. So now it's like this, and it looks much more like the concept, but it's it's always funny to be able to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it looked like that. Oh boy. But yeah, so we'll go through. We'll put that there. Let's grab a piece and make a collar. Let's say, not with that though. Let's grab this. Turn off perspective. You see, like there's a moment where it's like I go through and I try to where I try to let's name this collar. Let's symmetry, go to the center. This is a point where I turn off perspective and try to work through what it is that I'm doing. So we'll just kind of make this so that this is, where did it go? Holy smokes. Let's make it so that's nice and big. All right. So I'm going to turn on ZModeler. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say bevel, edge loop complete. We're just going to bevel that guy right there. We'll come over here, geometry, modify topology. Get rid of that too. Hit delete hidden. Okay. Yeah, let me see. I'm just going to go ahead and say extrude all polygons. Say delete. Let me see. How do I want to approach this? We'll say slide, edge loop partial. Kind of pull that in. Let's grab our move infinite depth and make this nice and big. Well, as big as it'll let me. And then let's go through and start modifying this shape so that this fits a little bit nicer. What I feel like I'm seeing in the concept, right? I do like the idea of, let me see, maybe get this to flare out a little bit. Let's do this. Okay, good. I'm going to use the rotate function and the move function. I'm just holding Alt to be able to. Oh, that's not the move I wanted. I wanted to move infinite depth.
No way.
So I want to give it almost like a little bit, like a slight flare out.
Hey, can you upgrade? Brand.
Okay.
Is this sandbox? No. This is survival? Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll kind of pull the bottom edge of this collar in some. Not too bad. Let's check it with the character and get this lined up.
Wait, so you're using a ruin? Yeah. See?
Okay, now we'll kind of move this into position.
Wall. Wait, that means there could be chests here. And you're really close to that desert. And look what I got. And look what I did to that. This is the best frame, right?
Just trying to like push and pull based on what it is I can see. It feels like this goes like way, way lower than I was expecting. I'm trying not to do. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out exactly like what it is that I need to do to make this feel like it's working as it should. Something like that. Something like that. We'll turn on like a dynamic thickness here in a minute too, just so that we get that feel in there. Okay, I feel like maybe we need to have a little bit more of a flare here, just so that everything feels like it fits better. and I want to make sure that that collar doesn't like penetrate down through the shoulder. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of like work on that line a little bit. Yeah, it actually doesn't feel too bad. The spacing is getting a little bit messed up, but it's okay. We fix.
I like your side
So my best buddy, my best friend, went through and he suggested I watch. Like he recommended what's it called, For All Mankind, and so I've been watching that, and it's so good. It's essentially an alternate reality of like if the Russians had gotten to the moon before the Americans, and it's like super dramatic. It's super dramatic. But it's so fun. Let me see. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I'd recommend it. Yeah, it's on Apple TV. Uh, really fun. It's a good little series. I mean, it's a long series. Like each episode is like a film. It's crazy. Um, but they definitely put a ton of really good production quality into it, and I super 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 appreciate that. Let's go ahead and we'll add an extra loop in here.
Should I get back up to my Yep. Granted, we have that one.
Alright, let's kind of pull that over a little bit. I feel like the collar definitely helps to make it feel a little bit more, a little bit more something, right? Uh, yeah, it's going, it's moving along, it's moving along. Let's add that little hair floopy in the front, and then we'll kind of talk about where we take it next. Since this is a project that I'm doing as a demo for my class at Gnomon, I will probably like do some of the more, I'll say, principal demo things in class, but then I'll also go ahead and I'll take this in and kind of push it and work it here on the stream when I stream, so that way I can get some airtime with you guys. And then I can also get this further along so that I don't have to worry about it being so far behind on my students. I want to actually possibly finish this one because this is a fun one. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out strategy for going about creating this actual piece here. I mean, I got a couple of things I could do. I could go ahead and I could just grab my hairbrush, just grab my single strand here, something like that. Nothing complicated. In some of these areas though, I want to grab it and then hold control and just kind of twist it. Oops. Just trying to make sure that I'm getting the twist that I want. Okay, so we'll call that all right. Okay, off to a start. So I'm going to say let's crease this edge loop partial here. Say let's crease that one. And then I want to kind of like move edge loops around. So here's what we're going to do. I want to grab this section right here. Oh, just that section, please. We're just going to kind of pull this down here. We'll work out like perfect shapes and things like that before too long, but it's, you know, I just wanted to make sure that I'm getting maybe down through here. Looks like it probably needs to like be lowered some, but it should be close to all right. Okay. So now let's start working out some of these shapes. Okay, let's inflate a bit here, just because it's like way too thin. Got this moving along, got this going in. Let's do some of that, yes. Just trying to like figure out thicks and thins and trying to get some of these edge flows to work in a way that works for me. Get like thicks and thins in there, right? Thicks and thins. Make sure that's its own polygroup color there. Let's get this to be nice and connected to the head. It's kind of hard to see like green on green like that. Esa brocha de cabello está en tu tienda. Yeah. Sí. Sí. A ver, parece que no está aquí, pero sí sé que, por ejemplo, estará aquí en mi sitio. Aquí está la tienda. Y aquí tenemos como todo lo de la brocha, de las trenzas, de colochos, otro tipo de cabello, de como más redondo. Y también tengo no sé cómo se dice, el pelo de animal, pero se me olvidó esa palabra. But yeah, tengo tutoriales, mi curso, tengo varias cosas, así que sí, hay de todo un poco. Para mirar el calendario, parece que lo que viene más aproximadamente is Chloe Worthy. So just looking at the calendar, like what looks like is coming up next, we got Chloe Worthy on Monday at 11 a.m. It's probably Pacific time. I don't know if this calendar changes based on where you are in the world. That could be really cool. Oh, and Ashley's on Wednesday. I'm gonna have to try to tune into that one. But yeah, really cool stuff coming up. Really cool stuff coming up. Gonna close out some of these. There's the concept that we're using from Martin Andres. Oh yeah. I'm gonna kind of keep it down to that right now. We'll see what we do. Let's see what we can. See what else we can get out of this. It looks like I really want to like thin this bit out here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this so that this gets. Oh shoot. Let's start lining it up because you can see this is like not lining up at all. Perspective. Cool. Okay, so you can definitely see it's not lining up at all. So first things first, let's get rid of some of this.
Whoa, a number 2 layer. What?
Some of that length there.
Should we make this like your special secret hiding spot house?
What happened? Why did my focal shift get all crazy like that? That was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're working on a display for one of Ashley's sculpts? Oh, that is so cool.
You should definitely make this a part of your schedule.
That'll be exciting.
You're skinny.
I have the mermaid on my desk at work, and people love it.
I have 3 people.
People have really enjoyed walking by and seeing it, so it's fun. It's really nice to have little pieces like that where it's like I had a friend help me on this. Let me see. I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of an edge loop here. And then let's bring this down so that fits a little bit better. And then I think I want to get rid of another edge loop in here somewhere as well. So let's get rid of. Oh heck, we can get rid of a couple of them, I think.
With the whole place. Whoa. This will be. So does this stay from like enemy, right?
Let's do that.
Oh,
Pull it up.
Should we build like a building up here? Should we? Because it is nice.
Been a little off on projects lately.
Definitely fix the top.
Nah.
Make it like an upper
Take time.
layer.
Got to work on your studio space.
Yeah.
Yeah, my studio space is pretty full.
But the ground isn't very safe.
Hey sis, how you doing?
This? Oh. No way.
Yeah, way. And Deborah. I think Scarlett's saying hi. Okay, so too many edges in here. I'm going to get rid of.
I mean, it always looks nice.
Maybe put one right there. We'll just kind of even those out some.
Even if you died, it wouldn't be a big deal because, like, I don't have a bed here.
Just kind of use that transpose line, kind of pull it over some, you know?
Maybe, wait, maybe you can make one out of
Take this
frame?
transpose line, pull it over some. Shake it,
Okay.
pull it over some, pull it over some. Yes!
I need more wood, but where is
I think I definitely want to make it so that it's not like leaning in front of the face like that.
This is a nice.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stand up.
And I think
My
we're
watch
still
is like, you gotta stand up. And I was like, okay, I'll stand up. We'll do it. Might as well. Healthy habits and all.
Yeah, we're not gonna need this. So, alright.
Definitely can't see my face now though, which is funny. The blinds are broken, so I can't really do anything about it.
We just need to make a nice tall
Thanks,
village
sis.
where we're sitting.
The design is done by a guy named Martin Andres. Martin Andres. I think I still have his. Yeah. So this is him right here. Um, really cool design. I super love it. Um, yeah. And it's just like it's a draw this in your style challenge, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just follow it as much as I can. New desk? No, I've had this for a few years. It's just that I went through and I don't typically use the standing feature when I'm when I'm streaming. Let me see. Actually, maybe I can. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Now I'm visible. Less window behind me. Um, I do use it a lot when I'm working though. It's super helpful.
Maybe this could be like your
Um,
old house.
but yeah, I mean I super enjoy that, being able to stand up. I got the one of the wooden countertops from IKEA, and then I got a. I feel so much like a mushroom. And then I got the standing desk mechanism part from Amazon, and just installed it, just put it all together, and it works out so nicely.
Yeah. Because we don't want you
The
to
hair color
fall.
reminds you of succulents. Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Falling is not fun.
It's kind of fun. I didn't think about that at all.
I didn't use this plank. No. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to put one there. Actually, a few. Because we keep falling down. I think so. It's a Lynx lady. Hi, Lynx.
Alright, let me see. Let's slide this to the middle.
What do you need for us to
Man, I
upgrade?
gotta connect with Ashley. I haven't spoken to Ashley in a little while. Hopefully she's doing well. She seemed to be doing better though last time I spoke to her. So that's cool. Cool. So now we got this hair here. It's starting to get a little bit of a twist. I definitely want to kind of work with some of these things to make sure that I'm getting some of these forms overlapping. You know, we can go through, we can play with this however much we want. Create some really interesting
You have wood, right?
variety in the flow.
Because you'll need a bed for her if you want.
In fact, we could even take it here and just say like, you know, hey, maybe we want to invert this. So now it's kind of switching, creating a very different sort of structure.
Just have to find something here.
And it's all about taking like the simplicity of the shapes and figuring out what to do to make it interesting within the confines of the design. Um, Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. That's gonna be so nice.
Right here.
Okay. That's coming along. I
Right.
mean, so far as like how far I want my students to go, um, like this is about as far as I care to see them go for this first leg of the assignment, because they have to do three of them. And so this is like 3 hours of 3 hours worth of work getting it to this stage. Um, Now she still has a very long way to go, but it's coming. It's coming along. The eyelashes are definitely a little bit much, I think. I mean, I like
Just
it.
like my daddy. Fixing this a lot, and then we'll make it higher eventually, right? Make this place higher.
I think that'll be a little bit nicer.
And maybe we can make it.
Though I definitely want to make sure that I'm getting
Oh, we'll see if we can
the
upgrade.
shape that I want.
Oh, right. You're making. Cool. Right. It's okay. That'll work.
I guess I took away some of that length.
That was easy.
Oops. 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 Oops.
Oh. Oh. Wanna upgrade now? Or
Okay.
save it? It's a funny village, Oscar. Buddy. Where's the link?
Just gonna check this. This is twisting quite a bit, so I want to make sure this is twisting a little less. But
Where's she? I wonder where she is.
it's driving me nuts.
Do you have a little home? Oh, you're gonna make the bed in here? Oh, wait, I know where she is. She's down.
She reminds me of someone, and I can't put my finger on who this is. Yeah, she has been streaming a bit more regularly lately, and that's been good. It's been good to see that she's been doing that.
Are you ready?
Hopefully that means that she's been feeling
Oh, not yet?
up to it, and she's not
Sorry,
like
I'm just a little excited.
overdoing it. But she does seem to be doing better.
It didn't hurt you.
Let me see. I'm just gonna kind of tweak these eyebrows a little bit more. I mean, everything's always going to be like tweaked just a little bit more. Like everything, always, forever. That's just the name of the game. It's tweaking everything forever.
Wait, are there skeletons down here?
Pull that up so that it feels like it's going along with itself there.
I don't see them.
It feels so much cleaner now. Okay. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Okay. So that's looking pretty cool. I
Nice.
Oh, that's messed up. How did that get messed up?
There, I see one. Okay, I thought looking for words. We're still safe here, right? Wait for the cake.
That feels all right for now. I'll call it all right for now.
Okay.
Except for this right here. I
I
wanna.
see one. I see two. Can I start doing a
This is the name of the game, right?
Them?
You go through, tweak forever, tweak forever.
Oh.
Okay. kind of lower this a bit.
Wait, go higher here. Oh,
I'm trying to make this lower lip a little bit more full.
that's fun. That's funny.
Not bad. Let's go ahead and mask out that top lip completely. Trying to give a little bit more roundness to this section of the lip. I feel like that'll help to bring her a little bit closer to how the concept feels to me. It's like that corner feels a little bit too sharp. So I'm going to kind of pull it off a little, even out some things through here, just so that it feels a little bit more consistent and appealing in the consistency.
That was fun. Should we do it again?
There we go. We're going to call that...
Block the bonehead?
The eyes feel still too far apart. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Let's do this.
Oh, do you want me to massage it? Which foot is it? This foot. Getting better? No, it's like
Okay. Let's grab everything.
Wow, you can see your upper lip.
Let's make sure we got the eyes and the...
Getting better?
That's not bad. She looks more appealing now, and I think one of the things I'm wanting to be careful of is that I don't take this too far out of this style. If I take it out of there at all, because I really super love the actual design. So I think there'll be a few things that I try to exaggerate, like right there, like trying to take the actual eye shape, making it more angular. I've got to figure out getting the actual eye bag in there, because it's definitely not showing right now, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting things to that sort of a point. She definitely looks too young. Like, this is like pre whatever she went through to get to this. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see what we end up getting after some more work. Next, my next class period, I'll be talking about like blocking in body and things like that, and I will very likely be using. Let me go ahead and save this so I don't forget. I will very likely be using. Here, let me go ahead and rename this. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. This I don't want to have. I don't want to have everything.
So, exploring is what you choose?
Okay, so this I want to go through and get rid of
That? No.
that, that.
Behind you.
Oh, come on, you.
You definitely need more food.
Cool, let's do that. Geometry, delete lower, modify topology, delete hidden. Say delete hidden, reconstruct. So essentially what I'll be doing is I'll be taking this body and I'll be reworking it to fit these proportions. I'll be working with kind of making the toes work right. These are like super not clean right now, and they have a long way to go before they're ready to be anything. Um, but it'll be really interesting to go through and play with, thinking about how to design feet based on what I'm seeing with the hands, because this is pretty much all that I have with the concept. So, um, but yeah. So I'll probably be, I'm trying to give myself a little bit more space. Things tend to get like super busy. Um, and so I will probably be streaming like once once a month, maybe twice. Right now I'm scheduled to be like the first Saturday of the month. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'll be living for a little bit. Just to kind of let myself rest up a little bit more. Things have been crazy. So so yeah, this is kind of where we're at. This is where we're gonna leave it. I'm gonna title this body. Put that below the head. Um, oh, thanks, sis. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing going and trying to figure out how to give yourself the best shot at feeling good as possible, right? Um, yeah, just kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me too. Yeah, it's like you said. I mean, it's been a while, and so it's just kind of nice to kind of jump back in the saddle and.
But first I'm gonna go, a wood axe.
Kind of like that. But yeah, I'm gonna call that good for now. This hair, like some of these pieces, need to be worked into what's flowing back into the ponytail. Um, but I like having this little like flayed up, coming out the side here. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. We'll see. It's kind of cool having some shorter pieces that are kind of trailing off.
Where should we put the mirror? Oh, I see a place. Behind the
Yeah.
fire. Behind the fire.
That's where we'll leave her for this week. So.
You like it?
It's all just groovy fun.
What do you think?
All just
Good
fun.
idea?
But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for those who are hanging out in the chat. Those who are kind of like sitting by on the sidelines. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you next time I see you. Smartest out.